Hello, my name's Rebecca and I'm part of the team that will be evaluating the services provided to young people by the Alliance to understand how well they're working and how we can improve. Now that you've agreed to receive help and support from the Alliance, we want to talk to you about consent to use your data to evaluate the service. The Alliance are a group of organisations all working together in a brand new service. These organisations are the Mayor's Office for Policing and Crime, known as MOPAC, Anna Freud, New Horizons Youth Centre, St Giles and Safer London. The service aims to support children and young people across London with dedicated caseworkers and access to a range of different types of support. We want to understand if the Alliance is making a difference to young people. We call this assessment an evaluation. To do this, we're asking for some of your data to understand who's being helped, how the service is helping, and if we can make any improvements. The evaluation will help decide what the future service looks like, to hopefully help more young people and improve their lives. The evaluation will help us understand how those who receive support are feeling about their lives. Are they going to school, college, on a training programme or getting a job? Have they had contact with the criminal justice system? How are their relationships with peers? How are their family relationships? And have they been able to access housing? The evaluators, including myself, work in the Evidence and Insight team within the Mayor's Office for Policing and Crime. MOPAC are funders of the Alliance, but the Evidence and Insight team are separate, independent researchers. We do not work for the police. To help us evaluate the Alliance services, we're asking to collect data which includes information about you, such as your name, date of birth, demographic information, your support needs, and some of the things you might have been dealing with in your life. Information about your support, such as how many times you met with your worker, for how long and the types of things you did, and information about how you feel and feedback you've given about how you found the service. We're asking for your consent to share data with us because we think it's right for young people to choose whether personal information is used in our evaluation. You do not have to share your data. If you choose not to, you will still get the same support from the Alliance. Your data will be securely transferred to the evaluators from a central system where it's stored by the Alliance. The evaluators will then store your data safely and securely. The evaluators will match information about you with information about your contact with the criminal justice system. Your data will then be combined with other service users and anonymised. It's then analysed to understand the impact of the service. Only a few people from MOPAC Evidence and Insight, the evaluation team, will see your personal data used for the evaluation. Your data will not be shared with the police. The evaluators produce reports about the work of the Alliance, and the results will be published. We will never identify you personally in any reports or mention information which means other people could work out who you are. No decisions will be made about your personal support based on our findings. The only time when the evaluators would share your data is if we think you or someone else is at risk of being harmed. If this is the case, we may need to share information with your caseworker or someone else in your area responsible for keeping young people safe. Your data will be stored securely until the end of the Alliance evaluation and then will be deleted. Currently, the evaluation is due to be completed in December 2027. If you agree to share your data, we'll ask you to sign a consent form. If you're under 16, we'll ask your parent, carer, or someone else with parental responsibility to sign one too. Signing the form means you and your parent or carer are happy to be part of the study and understand what this means. If you decide not to sign the form, you can still get support from the Alliance. You don't have to take part in the evaluation if you don't want to. If you do take part but want to stop before the end, you don't have to explain why, and any support you're receiving will continue. If you want to withdraw your consent for the evaluators to use your data, please let them or an Alliance staff member, such as your key worker, know. Your data will be deleted and not used. If you don't want to consent now but you change your mind later, You can also let either a member of staff or the evaluators know. Thank you for listening to this short video. You can have more information about sharing your data by contacting members of the evaluation team at alliance.evaluation@annafreud.org. If you'd like to know more about what happens with your information, then please ask to see a copy of the privacy notice. The privacy notice explains in detail how your information will be used, stored and shared.